back, dear YouTube viewers. I hope you're having a nice time. I'm messing up with my audio settings and I feel pretty bad because now I'm here myself through the speakers. Ugh, oh, my voice. Well, this time I'm going to be trying cool idea, I guess. It's called trying to ambush the opponent. So the key for this deck is the retreat to Hagra, because with landfall, whenever a land enters the battlefield, we can choose to give target creature +1 on deathtouch until end of turn, or each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. And well, the first mode is rarely used, and the problem with this mode is that if you have retreat to Hagra in your deck, probably your creatures are pretty decent and are not requiring the buff. And this, if you give them a death touch before declaring the attacker, then the opponent is going to know that he should not block the creature if he wants to save his blocker, because death touch is going to kill it. And of course, the landfall activates when the land enters. So normally that should happen in the first main phase. But in this deck, we are including cards such as Swell of Growth. Target creatures gets +2/+2 until the end of your turn. You may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield. And well, that should be like a trap. There's some other options, but at this moment the deck is in experimental stage. We also have the Evolving Wilds. That's same number because you can drop this on the main phase, and without paying, you get to sacrifice and search for a card from your library and put it on to the battlefield, and that triggers the retreat to Hagra, and also draw your temple, doing the same. Uh, Later on, I think I'm going to make some modifications to the deck, because we can also perhaps get the Warped Landscape, because that's a similar effect. And also, we might want to add this natural connection. So, quite some ways to activate at instant speed the retreat to Hagra. But a secondary theme for the deck is going to be doing a little bit of Delirium cards over there to support our attempts into getting that trick going on. So let's go ahead and test this version of the deck, so we get some idea of which cards are good and which aren't. So we require some creatures to make this happen. There are plenty of very amusing creatures to use. I'm not yet settled on the version of the deck. Let's see if we can manage to defeat someone in this form. Pretty decent, I should say. And also, I forgot to mention that our creatures try to carry menace that makes the opponent we're forced to block with 2 or more creatures. That should be pretty nasty if we get them death touch without the opponent realizing. So let's just see how it goes. We might need to modify a lot of stuff from the deck. Yeah, but we'll find pretty soon what's going on. This is one of the few first strikers on our deck. Well, the only one, I should say. But with black and green, there are not many options available. First strike with death touch is very powerful. So 1 point of damage gets in. Opponent playing with green, black and white. Perhaps a planeswalker deck. Imagine if someone decided to play Planeswalker's deck. Wouldn't that be very amusing? I wonder why the players are not using the Planeswalkers. So another black and green. Let's see what the opponent is trying to do. And it is no place. Alright. So we can imagine the opponent having some combat trick against us. That means that we lose the Swiftwing. We could use the Untamed Hunger over the guy, but if the opponent wants to kill this one, it's pretty pointless. Besides, we have the Whitefield Scarecrow, so I think it's better to play this on this turn. Confirm the attack. Let's see if the opponent has some instant to kill the Swiftwind. He doesn't. Alright. And let's drop this guy. Now, we have a combat trick in case the opponent wants to try to pass by the Scarecrow. He has the Sylvan Advocate, but he's not going to attack with Justice because we just block. So Kindly Stranger, pretty decent, but we still have no cards in the graveyard. So let's go with the Untamed Hunger over the Flyer. Giving menace to the Flyer is pretty questionable because there is much more evasion that we need, so the opponent is not going to block this anytime soon. I was just trying to pop out some sacrifice cards. Okay, since the Evolving Wilds is our only land in hand, I'm going to hold with the Swell of Growth Evolving Wilds, I guess. Well, at any rate, the buff happens with or without the land. I think I could play Evolving Wilds. The opponent just wants to lose his Nissa. That's pretty weird. So one Planeswalkers. Do you imagine? Alright. Retreat to Hagra. That's what we're talking about. So first, let's try to cut down the options for the opponent. So the Guildleaf Winnower can take care of Sylvan Advocate later on. Let's drop the retreat. And let's gain some life. Also we deal 1 damage to the opponent. A pity we can target the Planeswalkers, but I think this game is going to come out nicely. The opponent has his very own version of deathtouch with the Hissing Quagmire. I wonder what he wants to do now. He has 4 lands, he cannot attack with this guy. From Beyond, cool. Let's just attack again so we get rid of this Nissa. And first strike, menace, fly. The opponent has to remove this out of combat, otherwise it's going to be unstoppable. But we now have another concern for the opponent. Let's see what he wants to do this time. And since we now have From Beyond on hand, I guess we can crack the Evolving Wild. That might allow us to play the Guildleaf Winnower. and I think that settles it. So here the opponent is going to destroy probably our retreat. That's pretty lame, guys. Let's see what. And I cannot even activate the evolving wilds. Well, at least we get two card types in the. Ah, boy. Eh, come on. Come on, we missed the opportunity to drop the evolving wilds. At least this time we get double activation for the wild field, and maybe we want to use this ability. Yes, I think it, it's fine to search for two basics that come to our hands. Let's see if the opponent he can make this one unblockable. Do I want to kill this guy? Or do I want the two lands? I think I want to kill this guy. Let's just because the opponent left all his mana opened and we don't know what's coming next, we can take him with the following card. We can kill with the Guiltless where creature and we gain life. So because the opponent plays Tragic Arrogance, he might have a Planeswalker. Yeah. Let's see what happens now. We have 4. Well, if we get a land, we might drop the Guiltless Winnower, but having the From Beyond out is fine too. So let's go ahead with this and pass the turn. So 4 enchantments, another Tragic Arrogance could be horrible for us. Alright, we should find the lands because we have to stop their flyer. And another Planeswalker! Amazing! Such creativity with the deck. I can't believe it. The Planeswalker. So, what now? The opponent could have saved his Sylvan Advocate with the Archangel. Couldn't he? I don't know, I think the opponent misplayed there. Pretty interesting. So, what to do? The opponent is going to kill us pretty quickly, and his guys are out of the reach of the Winnower. Let's drop her so she can take care. Maybe she can kill the Archangel. We don't know still because the opponent might even turn her. That would be pretty bad. So we have to be careful. Maybe we have to use the Soul of Growth to save our elf. So here comes the Gideon. No, he got the tokens. What is this about? So, I think he should have used this to attack because I wouldn't block that guy. Alright. So, a land here. So, what to do here? I think we can use Nature's Way and see if the opponent has something to prevent us from killing her angel or his angel. No, she died. And This one now has Trumper, so we can take care of Gideon actually. So let's proceed. I mean, he has to double block, so this is going to be painful for the opponent. Now he let us resolve, but what? What is this? He didn't block. He is with both of them. Chin, chin, chin. Stop. Hammer time. 12 growth. And we drop this swamp. So she's now 6. Okay, let's give her more power to finish the Gideon. So she's 8, 5, and Trumper, and deathtouch. Yeah, she should be able to kill, yes, 1 damage to each token, and the rest goes through against Gideon. Just, I was a little bit scared of the game not following the proper rule. Another tragic arrogance, and we are going to be left with, let's see, yeah, makes sense, but we still have powerful cards with us. Well, obsessive skier. Let's begin with the Oblivion Sour and see if the opponent might run. Perhaps he has what did you call reprisals. Each opponent, yes. We got some lands from the opponent. Let's hope it's a useful land. It was oh, Wastebale Abbey. Okay, what happens if I transform the Wastebale Abbey of the opponent? I would like to see what happens then. That would be so cool. So now here's an interesting card. This is some creativity. Matter Reshaper plus Obsessive Skinner. Could work. We can use Green Warden of Mirasa to find something cool for us. Okay, let's try to hit the opponent for 5. Probably he's not blocking because he can gain life out of the sour. No, he did block. So he doesn't care about Gisela dying. So let's go with Matter Reshaper. Because if the opponent kills the Matter Reshaper, we get to draw, or well, we get a card from the library, and if it's a permanent, we can put it on the battlefield right away. So let's see, let's give this one the counter. This is already big enough. This is now at the range of the reprisal, so if the opponent wants to kill this with reprisal, please go ahead. But well, he's going to need, he has already used 2 tragic arrogances. He might have languishes. Either have, yeah, but not going to happen. So we could try to recover the Swell of Growth or the I think, yeah, the Guilty Linoware I think is the best one to get from the graveyard, because we have a single retreat now. Other than that, we could also get the Evolving Wilds from the graveyard. That's another option. Yeah. Okay, let's just gain life here, and we are going to keep this one back because the opponent might be running much more removals, such as planar outbursts, or I don't know. Let's give this the counter, binary outburst, languishes, maybe more stuff that we don't know about. He has the hissing quagmire, but I think he's missing another black to activate the quagmire. This one has vigilance. The opponent could tap out to attack us for 4. That's not going to do much good for him. So here, Kindly Stranger takes care of the Sylvan Advocate, and we can attack with everybody. Also, the Oblivion Sower is a very nice card to bring back with the Green Guardian. So maybe if the opponent doesn't have Declaration in Stone or Anguish the Making, what is this? The opponent is dead here. Yeah. Well, Planeswalkers 0, retreat to Hagra 1. So the Tragic Arrogance, I like it. A very powerful card in these days. Especially against the vehicles, against the Planeswalkers. So very powerful one. Let's go ahead and try once more this deck and call it a day maybe. So we get a better idea of the cards that we want. So the bat with the enchantment, pretty amazing, although maybe a bit overpowered there. The Green Guardian of Menace could have been used as a backup plan. What else? So having the retreats is nice. I think we should have a Reclamation Sage of our own, just in case we need some annoying enchantments. Let's see. Crypt Breaker, pretty decent here. And the Copter, yes, this is a very good hand, thanks to the Copter. Yeah. And throwing this into the graveyard should be pretty decent for us. And opponent with red, but he has the Evolving Wild, so probably not specifically aggro red, but might be a ramp with red and green. We'll see pretty soon. It is a... No, the opponent might be reading the Crypt Breaker. This is a very complicated card. Zombie. You can discard cards and gain zombies with this. Instead of the Copter, we could do that. Thing in the eyes. So our Smuggler's Copter is able to pass through that one. And if the opponent, I think he might have a prowess deck, red and blue. Yeah, we can give menace to this guy. Evolving Wild, pretty decent. So, do we want the token or the Copter? I think the Copter is the appropriate one here. Continue. Now, this can't be killed by sorceries. I mean, it's not a creature, so it's safe from damage spells, but the opponent might have bounce or something else. Nope. Yeah. The Caravan. That's a pretty cool one to have up there, but I guess we are going to first hit with this Copter and see what is the next card and try to decide. After that, we might lose the Copter here. That would be pretty bad, but if it has to happen, better to for it to happen now. The forest, good. Let's throw away the temple. Our opponent takes 3 and we get to play the caravan. This is looking already pretty good, guys. But the opponent still hasn't done anything. Turn 3 just pass away. So the opponent was yeah, black. I think he was running a very complicated deck. Yeah. So now we can send the caravan to try to deal with this guy. Death weight. So we can give this guy menace, but we have to throw something away. I think that attacking with the caravan, yeah, no, I don't really like trying to attack here. I think trying to block this guy is better, but the opponent might kill the crypt breaker. He gets a 2/2 zombie. He makes Kalitas grow. Let's play this here and just pass, because if he tries to kill the zombie, our zombie, we might save him with the Swell of Growth, maybe, and then we can crew the caravan. Let's see what the opponent tries to do here. Nothing, no place. No place for place. Alright. Yeah, well, it's the AI, so we shouldn't be scared. He has 6 mana open already. If I crew now, it's going to be bad. Yeah, can't crew this time. Unless I use the Untamed Hunger over this. Try to hit, but sounds bad if the opponent has an instant. We are not going to be able to save this guy. Yeah, let's go ahead and find some guess red swamp. We have access to all the colors with the cultivator's caravan, but preferably we want to keep her untapped as long as possible. So in order to save this crypt breaker from a removal, we have to keep up the Swell of Growth, and to block Kalitas, we have to keep him untapped so we can crew the guys. Also, another option to crew the guys is to discard. We get the token in the battlefield, and the token can crew this guy. Problems. Houston, we have problems. Let's see if Chandra -2 or -1. Let's see what he does. No, the tokens. Oh, that's cool. So, is she attacking with them? So let's... I think I'm going to Sword of Growth so we can ramp the Evoking Wilds. Not exactly required, but I think we get access to the Oblivion Sour after that. And now we kill one of the 3 ones. And let's go ahead and get a forest. There we go. So, what to do here? Chandra certainly has to go away. Mm, We can give this guy menace that forces him to double block. I think at this moment is the best option for us. Yeah, we leave uh, we leave a window because now the opponent could potentially kill the crit breaker and get the tokens, but otherwise we deal damage to Chandra. She's going to be at 2. That's just fine. Now next turn we can crew the caravan, or maybe drop the Oblivion Sower to crew. The opponent has too many mana open. I don't like that. Maybe let's see if he wants to attack with Kalithas this time. But we have one card in hand that the opponent doesn't know about what we are holding. Therefore, we are pretty safe. I guess we shouldn't send Kalithas just to attack. And we also have this one with menace, so now he has no blockers to defend Chandra. He has the fiery impulse, so we lose the crit breaker. Yeah, that's pretty bad. On the other hand, the opponent already sacrificed the token, so he make we have the Green Warden, but we are getting our cards exiled. Let's do the same towards the. But wait, why? Why did? Oh, the tapping, guys. Tapping is so lame. So let's get rid of this annoying Chandra. And if I send this to the graveyard, nah. Let's draw anyways and see what is the next card. It's the Swift Queen. Let's send this guy to the graveyard. So at least we have now, yeah, we have 4 types in the graveyard, just in case we get the Delirium cards. Yeah, but now we are open to the damage of the Kalitas just because the computer doesn't know how to tap. And he has this. Oh guys. We are in trouble. Yes, if the opponent gets the energy, we die next turn. Problems. Let's see, it is from beyond. Can't from beyond be of any use for us? Can we get something useful from the graveyard? Well, Swell of Growth, I guess, but we can't play it. We can't play the Swell of Growth, but I think we are going to. This is the only reasonable card to fetch. So, what else? We are losing our copter to save our life total. Attacking with this makes no sense because the 6/6 blocks it, and the opponent probably attacking with this. So we crew with the Ring Warden. Yeah. And even if we had the mana, the Swell of Growth doesn't save the copter. Let's see, Forest to the graveyard with it. There's no time. Kindly Stranger might be our only escape. Oh no! Retreat to the Hagra. Yeah, so the flyer is going to finish us despite whatever we try to do here. We can gain 1 point of life here. We can try to kill our Green Warden of Murasa, but there's nothing in the graveyard that gains us some life. Yeah, this is I don't see an out here, but at least we try to kill a couple of things. Now the only out if the AI making a misplay and playing 3 instants or sorceries. Yeah, not even that can save us. Yeah, this is a loss. Confirm the attack here. Let's see if the opponent tries to block. Yeah, he does. Well, it doesn't matter what we do here. So continue and see. He's trying to do that. So here, this becomes 5/6, right? Okay, let's see what is it. So if we use Sword of Growth, this becomes yeah, I think this is other option was to bring the Downier Trample to the battlefield and give him deathtouch, but doesn't change the outcome because now Aether Squall is lethal. Oh boy. Yeah, alright. So in this game we kind of depended on getting the Kindly Stranger to remove the opponent's menace. So I think next time we have to load more copies of the Kindly Stranger. So I'll be thinking about what to change to make room for her. And well, the other cards have done a pretty nice job. Look, this one, I think I've never seen anyone using this card, but I think this might be a nice deck to run this guy because that makes the counterplay with the deathtouch. The only thing that can top the deathtouch is the undestructible, so we can get rid of that. So yeah, there are plenty of things to consider about this deck. I hope you have enjoyed this matches, and I hope to see you for the next part. Until next time, sayonara. Let's stop the transmission.